This is a soft hackle nymph that I'm going to tie tonight. I haven't used these a lot, but I have used them some, and they've always been really successful. It's a nice contrast. It's got the slim head. You don't really see the bead right off the bat. So I think it's a little bit of a more sleek and sort of attack fly.
Here, you want to go down to that camera?
Yeah, let's go down to the camera.
Okay. We're just working on some technical difficulties right now, but it looks a bit. That's okay. We'll get it figured out here. There we go.
So we're down?
We're on there.
Okay. I'll give it a little spin. Simple fly to tie. It's got a bead in the middle. It's got a bit of gold rib, and then a Guinea fowl.
Pull that hackle back just a little bit so we can actually see in there. Ah, look at that hidden little gem in the middle there, eh, Scotty Holmes?
Yeah, nice little tungsten bead's gonna get it down.
They got a little shimmer, some flickery gold, and what little lady doesn't like gold shimmers?
Yeah.
Now, so let's get to it, man.
Yeah, okay, let's get to it. Yeah, it's a representation of a lot of different things.
So what do you got there? Size 10.
Size 10 scud hook. Yes, Brad. A size 10 scud hook for simplicity's sake. I like using a Tiemco 2457, and that's the way I like to see it. That's the way I like to say it, right? And anybody that ties flies and anybody that uses Tiemco hooks is going to know the number that they want, right? It's just the way it is.
Just for the people that don't use Tiemco hooks, we had to put it in there.
Yeah.
I know you always want to have Tiemco.
Yeah, I love Tiemco hooks. They don't rust. They just last.
So for those Tiemco guys out there, Scotty Holmes would love to be on your pro staff. We'll put it all
yeah. At the price of hooks, who wouldn't love to have a pro staff?
That's right.
Okay, so we got our bead on there. I'm just gonna keep it forward for right now. I have to build up the rest of.
This would be a great cutthroat fly, my friend. It kind of covers the bases on a few different things, you know?
Yeah.
How would you typically fish this fly?
I would just nymph it, you know, high sticking nymph it, right? You could swing it, you know, you could swing it through the current as well. It's gonna have a lot of action. That bead's gonna keep that hackle up so that it's gonna be pulsing a lot, right? And I think that's the whole, you know, part of the fly that's what makes it catch fish, right? There's no question. Okay, so, and the reason I took my red thread all the way back is I want a little bit of a red hot spot. So we're going to tie on our tail, wherever my tail is, my pheasant tail, you know, 3 to 4 pieces. I'm not overly worried about it being all being lined up. It's all right to be a little bit off filter. So I want it to be about just a bit longer than the hook shank passed. So we're going to go right about there.
So you were saying earlier, Scotty, we got a guest all the way from the Czech Republic here.
We do.
We're looking forward to flailing online here. Okay?
Yeah, well, again, it's you know,
jitters. But hey, you tied here a while back though, like last year, a year or 2 years. Okay, we're gonna get to ask you lots of questions. You know what? While we're talking about question and answer, let's activate question.
Hey, can you pass me my gold wires, please, Mark? It's right on the top there.
Oh, there we go. Of course, our good friend Sean Mooney.
What's he got to say? What do you have to say, Sean Mooney?
Sean Mooney says, "I finally made it." We're glad you did. Actually, I think that might have been we finally made it. We're a little late today.
We are a little bit late today.
Anyhow, Sean, enjoy the show. We dedicate this show to you, my friend. I'm going to change our mic.
$100. And you only want that?
So we're going to tie in our wire.
So you just want this.
Break off this piece. And then we're gonna do our dubbing. Now, the thing to do when you're doing this dubbing is you gotta remember where you want your bead to sit. Like I want my bead to sit somewhere around in that range there. So you gotta make sure that you don't build up your body too much, that you can't get the bead back to where you need to put it. And there's the spiky squirrel, the wonderful stuff that it is.
Whoever brought this veggie platter in is awesome.
You got a veggie platter, bro.
Oh, I'm chowing down on some fresh celery sticks right now. A little bit of rat.
It's not like the usual venison, is it? Huh? The venison.
Yeah, some sort of meat. Yeah.
More often than not. Okay, so we got our dubbing just loosely on there. I don't want to make too tight of a noodle. I want it to be pretty, remain spiky.
The fishing has been amazing as of late in the Pemberton area too. And have you had a chance to get out lately, Scotty?
Well, I went out with Scotty. We went up the Upper Lillooet on Monday. Struck out. We didn't have any luck at all. Sorry to say.
Oh boy.
Did have a really nice day. Saw the biggest grizzly bear print I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, I got a few pictures of that.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
That thing's massive, eh?
And then there was like the wolf tracks and stuff.
I have wolf tracks right beside it, and then a moose right in front of it, eh?
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Hey,
You can just sort of see the whole scenario playing out. The moose down there, the wolves chasing it, the grizzly bear down there afterwards, probably hanging out. Okay, so we've got that in there now. Now we're gonna take our wire. And just wrap up.
Our spiky squirrel is great stuff. I think I say that every time you use it.
Again, it's amazing. Like it makes it so easy to make. You know, days past you would have been blending up different things. You know, you've been saving all your tips.
Pull the product. Put that product up there in front of the fly so people can see what this stuff is. Right up tight. Spiky squirrel from SLF. Go get some. It's amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah, and it comes in lots of different colors. Like there's 15 different colors on the back of this package. So
fishy patterns.
Fishy patterns. Okay, so now that we've got that there, we've got our things looking about right there. We're going to tie this off. And I mean, the red tag on the end is definitely a Friday night flies. We like hot spots on our flies. Our fish are not extremely spooky in this area. A hot spot will actually be an advantage around here, I would say.
Yeah, I would have made that UV if it's not.
Okay, so we have that in there. We're going to change to our brown thread because this is what the color I want. And/or you could have keep the red in there and you could do a red head too. There's nothing wrong with that, right? I'm going to do brown. I want it to look a little bit more natural.
You got me thinking about redheads.
Yeah, well, you've got a beautiful redhead.
I do. I'm married to one of the prettiest ones in this valley, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Later, Sheridan. Have a good night. So, choices of feathers here. Basically, you want your hackle to be about as long, just shorter of your just shorter than the tail, somewhere around there. So it's not easy, and I mean on a Guinea fowl package, you're not going to find enough short pieces. All the ones I have are really long, so I've found this one that I think is going to work really good. And I'm going to strip it. Ooh, except it seems really brittle. See that? It just broke, man. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, and we're going to tie it tip first.
Since we're on the topic of Friday Night Flies, I gotta show you something.
Okay, let's see.
We're gonna bust into the public here. I'll let you open this up once we go back to 510. There, you can throw down some love.
So we're gonna get our hackle ready and place it over top of the bead. The hard part is just keeping that bead exactly. I don't want to build up too much thread yet in front of the bead because then it gets.
Can glue it. That's anchored. Perfect.
And then we'll just trim that little tag end away. And if I'm tying a lot of these, if I'm tying like 3 or 4 of them, sometimes I don't even trim it away, I just leave it. So just a couple more wraps just to make it even. Get our little hackle plier. Looks nice. I mean, if you break it, you break it and you start again with your hackle. But I mean, the fly is finished to this point, so really you just start again. Okay, so
that's a guinea fowl feather?
yeah, guinea fowl feather.
They're pretty rigid feather to start with too, right?
Well, but it's not it's a soft hackle. It's not like a dry fly hackle would be a hard hackle or a stiff hackle, right? This is not going to just stand up. It's going to splay back over the hook.
It's kind of nice how it just kind of follows the curvature of that fly too. It looks really nice.
And leave no. It's hard to get it spinning on that little piece, right? To get it all wrapped in there. Now one. Don't worry. It all comes together. Oh my God. Okay. Not pissing around.
It's getting a little stiff toward the end of the feather there, doesn't it? Hey, there it is, buddy.
Okay. I should have probably left myself a little bit more room. To not break your thread, Sean Mooney.
Yeah. Oops.
Okay, so at this point right now,
It's recovery mode.
it's recovery mode, yep.
There you go.
I will put on some head cement on this fly. Anyways.
Yeah, she's gonna need it.
Okay. The basic problem that I had there was I should have left myself just a fraction of a bit more.
A little more space.
A little bit more space to put the hackle on, and it would have been a lot easier.
Be good on coaching.
But Sean Mooney says, "You only need one turn. I break my thread too." Trust me, we all break our thread. It's just when you're tying live, you don't want to break it, do you? Hey, Scotty Holmes.
Well, again, you know, it's all up. I think that's all up to
Hey, we're only human.
personal preference too. Like a lot of times with these, I would rather have more than less because I can pull them off. I can get rid of them. I can't add them. I can't glue them on after the fact, right?
Yeah, you're
so,
right. Totally.
The fact that my head's a little bit crowded, that's all right. I don't think it's gonna matter to the fish. I mean, ultimately, as long as the fly stays together.
There it is. Got her that time. Give her a spin. Let's have a look at that fly too, Scotty. There it is, buddy. She's a beauty.
Yeah. All that, and like I said, you know, I probably could have done another, or been one last turn for sure.
Yeah,
but
sure.
You know,
it looks pretty darn good that way. I'll tell you
yeah,
that
it's pretty sexy. I like this fly. I like the soft hackle effect.
Yeah.
It'll
fish well.
It'll
hey,
fish
well,
well.
Anyhow, let's we'll go up to the top camera here. I got something to show you. A
Okay.
little bit of a secret here.
Okay. So
we're gonna let the cat out of the bag here. Anyhow, there we go. Hold her out nice and straight for the camera. A little bit that way. Nope, the other way. There, right there. There you go. We got our new Friday Night Flies banner. Wow. I don't know if you can read it, but hopefully you can. We're going to be at the Surrey Rod and Gun show at in Cloverdale next weekend.
In the beginning, huh? What do we?
Well, we could. I just
should have been behind me the whole time. Hey, that was the reason why.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, we'll
hang it on the.
Okay, we'll hang it up for the next one. It'll be up for the next one.
Yeah. So anyhow.
Okay. Well,
that's it for.
Oh, and here, just before we're done, we're up high or we're down low?
We're up high.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
You want to go down low?
Let's go down low real quick, and I'll just put up these.
Okay, there it is.
So there you have. There's a few more variations of the same kind of fly. The black one up in the bottom is actually not, but.
Is that your next fly? Are you tying another one?
Well, that is just something that I was trying to post on the Friday Night Flies webpage last night. But my camera on my phone is just not good enough quality. I can't get close enough to take pictures of really small flies. So there you go. There's different versions. There's an olive one there. There's one with a longer hackle on there. There's brown with the bead in the front, but still a soft hackle. And then there's one that I saw on someone else's webpage, and it was a brown partridge soft hackle with the peacock body, and I like that a lot too.
I do too. It's sexy.
Yeah.
It's really sexy.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy, let's go up top and
Okay.
sign out. America's chomping at the bit here.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Okay, well, it's Friday Night Flies, Scotty Holmes, tying up a recipe for a weekend soon. The trout fishing is catching on and starting to happen in the Pemberton area, which is making us a lot happier, I'll tell you that for sure.
Especially river fishing wise, anyhow. It's been a long winter.
Yeah, it has.
Well, I guess it hasn't been that long winter.
But it's been like you should be fishing, but there've been no fish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We typically don't start fishing the river until May.
Yeah, I know that's it. But you know, and it's been nice, and it's been May-like weather around here since the beginning of March. So yeah, but so Friday Night Flies, tying up recipes for the weekend. Tune in very shortly because America is going to tie up a fly, and then I'm pretty sure that Boulder will be here near the end and possibly tie a fly. We'll see how tired he is and see how beat up he got from his tour.
I think he just texted me and said, I don't think he's coming.
Did he just say that?
Yeah, he got beat up.
Okay.
But they got a few fish, whatever. They're having a good time, but I think it was more the wet.
Okay, so Sean Mooney, watch Merrick tie flies. He's an expert fly tyer. Ties killer deadly patterns all the time.
All day long.
I say that because he makes fun of me, and he's the guy that always posts killer deadly killer pattern on the website. So I'm gonna hassle him a little bit before we start. But Friday Night Flies. Until next time, Scotty Holmes.